Robert Bigelow.
Oh yeah.
Robert Bigelow, if those that don't know, Bigelow Aerospace. He bought at one point Skinwalker Ranch.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the show on the History Channel, it's pretty interesting.
It's
Uh,
on Netflix right now.
it is on Netflix. I didn't
Yes.
know.
It's just I think it's season
Season
1
one,
and
yeah.
2 maybe. But yeah, I know it's on Netflix. So if you
So
haven't
yeah,
watch it. It's interesting. It's very interesting, and as the seasons go on, it gets better. It's just a lot of information and go
yeah.
ahead, sorry.
No, it's fine. We haven't watched season three. We will
4.
eventually.
I believe they're on the 4th season now.
I don't know. Well, we haven't watched the current season. Whatever
Yeah.
the season is that it's on now, we haven't watched it. But before they even started this show, I did know about the Skinwalker Ranch. Robert Bigelow at one point owned Skinwalker Ranch and did a lot of experiments. His team on paranormal phenomena,
Yeah.
different happenings that are happening there. The people that he bought it from, a lot of happenings were happening to them. There's a lot of stories out there, too many for me to discuss
Well,
over the podcast, but
let
I
me
will say
let
this.
me let me say this
Go
one
ahead.
thing. It's not just from within the ranch, it's from outside of the ranch, the
Hmm.
neighbors of the ranch, because the ranch is a big property. It's
It's a 100 plus acre property.
Yeah, it's huge, but the neighbors of the property are they've
Witness
told,
things.
yeah, their stories, what they've seen, and yeah, so sorry about that.
No, that's fine. And then the lore with this property um, before it became a ranch, um, it was cursed Indian land.
Yes.
Um, Now, if you know anything about cursed Indian land, you know that David doesn't watch Poltergeist
My favorite movie.
because they were living on cursed land.
Yes.
but you know the lore is there's two different tribes. One tribe curses the other tribe, and this tribe curses them to be skinwalkers, which I don't know exactly what a skinwalker is. I heard different stories, but basically it's a human that is no longer human that can change into a beast. That's enough for me to not want to own this property. But you know, they Bigelow ended up buying the property off the other ranchers. Who again, these other ranchers had some very freaky, weird things happening to them. They encountered a werewolf type creature that they shot. That it did nothing to the creature. The father and son. There's been many of cattle mutilations
Yeah.
on this property. So much so that Robert Bigelow set up watchtowers to check, um, you know, this phenomena that occurs. Um, there are people that come onto the show that were employed by Robert Bigelow that tell these fascinating stories about what they encountered when they were there. Orbs, weird phenomena happening to your physical body, like
Yes.
the current team that's there, the ranch hand. He ended up having a serious situation happen to him where when they talk about it, it sounds like his skull was being pulled apart.
Yeah.
Me myself, I probably would never go back onto the property
Like
if that happened to me.
the crown of his head, the crown of his skull.
Yeah. So all these fascinating stories, and you know, they're showing this on TV, and it just makes you believe, like, what in the hell is
Well,
going on there?
let's clear something.
Hmm.
Bigelow owned it.
Yeah.
and sold it.
Correct.
And he sold it to Brandon Fugel.
I call him Batman or Bruce Wayne because that's what he reminds me of.
He purchased it, and because they did a documentary on it before when
Hmm.
Bigelow owned it, and we watched that, and it was good, it was interesting. But then Fugel came and was like, yeah, I'm gonna buy it from you, because he was
Hmm.
selling. And now he's like, I want a full investigation. He's the one paying for all of that stuff to be done. He's
Hmm.
allowing them to come in and do all the research, and the research is amazing.
Hmm.
The research is amazing. They found like what seems like some type of portal in the middle of the sky of the ranch,
Hmm.
which is crazy. It they did like a 3D model type of thing where they scanned the area and it shows you. They also have dug into the mountain because
Hmm.
it's like a plateau,
Hmm.
and they've dug into the mountain and they've come up with metal pieces from where.
Yeah.
So they feel like there's something in the mountain. They just don't know how to get to it.
Hmm.
And there's radiation spots, but it's not even a spot, it's the randomness
Yeah.
of the radiation. So
Radiation one at one time, then you go back and check, and it's gone.
well, it's so what happened in one of the episodes, spoiler alert if you haven't seen it. There's two guys, they're in within like 2 feet 3 feet of each other,
Hmm.
and all of the sudden one of them, only one, gets hit with radiation,
Hmm.
not the other guy. And he's like, what had just happened? And he had radiation burns on him. The other guy is literally standing next to him, and nothing
Perfectly
happened.
fine.
Nothing happened to him. So it's and it was in I don't want to say that the area is known for that. I think it was just the randomness of it.
Well, what about the known equipment failures where
Yes.
you're these people are checking their equipment before they go in,
Hmm. Full
past the gate,
battery.
full battery, everything's working perfectly, get there, set up, and the battery's dead.
Yeah.
Or in the middle of doing something, the battery is dead.
Yeah.
Or the many instances that they show where people are, their phones start going
Glitching out.
crazy, and
Yeah.
like it's pulling data out of the phone. It's intelligently going through their phone, looking
That's
at
what it looks
contacts.
like.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. I mean, it could be completely random. It could be just the phone glitching,
Yeah.
whatever, electromagnetic
But
spikes.
yeah.
You know, like the ranch hand went and got a tractor so they can do some digging. Verified that the battery is working great, no problems, no nothing. Tested it before he even got there. Drove the tractor all the way across the ranch to where the site was that they were going to do their excavation. And soon as he starts using it, battery failure. And it's like, how is this possible? Like, I know batteries go out, they're batteries,
Yeah.
but there's no way that the battery goes out like that. The drone pilot that was going to do the air survey of the land, he's like,
Dead.
I've never experienced this.
Yeah, the battery is dead. Completely dead.
Yeah, and you can't even charge it dead.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to get a new battery.
And then when he left the property,
It's all
I
fine.
believe it was fine. The other thing is that they, because of what happened to the guy that was like his scalp and stuff, they refused to dig, because every time they started to dig on the property, something crazy would happen, and someone would, get ill or whatever. And
Yeah.
so they just had to say, you know what, we can't dig. And they were scared, like they were
Yeah.
actually afraid to dig,
Yeah.
because every time they did that,
Something
something
happens.
happened. And it's like they're disturbing the area, and they're saying it was cursed by the Navajo because they stole the land, and
Yep.
that there's a skinwalker on there that they actually have heard like cries and stuff like that, and they've actually seen something on the mountainside. Even the neighbors have said like they've seen things, lights.
What about the one episode? I don't mean to cut you off, but
Sorry.
the episode where they had a pack of llamas
Oh yeah.
put on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ranch
yeah.
from another rancher, to basically to watch the llamas to see if anything, if they react to anything, because I guess
Yeah.
llamas are spook easy,
Hmm.
so they can use them as an alert system, and something attacked one of the llamas, and
Something like
yeah,
they don't know what it was.
couldn't really capture
And
it on camera.
what irritates me is that the cameras are so bad.
Hmm.
How is it that they don't have a great camera on there, or are we seeing a camera that's bad because on purpose because the attack was too brutal and they actually do have it on camera? We don't know. I'm
Yeah.
just speculating.
I think that here's the thing that I think of when in regards to their camera system. I think they really do have good camera systems. I think whatever anomaly is happening there, it's affecting electronics, and that could be affecting the cameras
Mhm.
because they have HD cameras. When you see them inside
No, I get
their
that.
command center and they
Yeah.
show you, you're looking at it and it's like, well, those are even though we're looking at it being filmed, it still looks like good quality
And I think
cameras.
to myself, how many times now that you mentioned that part that they're being filmed, how many times have those batteries died out? And how
Yeah.
much footage have they lost and not been able to get because of those
Hmm.
glitches on the property? I mean, we watched a cow die
Yeah.
in broad daylight, and they even show some type of UFO over the ranch. They filmed it
Hmm.
and they caught it, and they keep catching. That's the thing too, is that they have all these videos of what they call UAPs. And well, I don't know, they've changed the name again, but
Just
I'm
call it
gonna
a
call it,
UFO.
well, I'm gonna call it unidentified aerial phenomena because that's what they said it was
Yeah.
called. And they have a lot of video of them there, and at night there's like lights and
Orbs and
orbs.
things
Yeah,
happening.
like it's crazy. It's just crazy. Some of the stuff that they get,
How about when
it's
they
crazy.
shot the laser beam at the plateau and
Mm,
it illuminated the entire plateau, and they're
yeah,
like, how is this even possible?
yeah.
Another thing I wanted to bring back up,
Hmm.
circling back to Robert Bigelow.
Hmm.
Did you know that Robert Bigelow was one of the people that was part of the ATIP program?
No,
He
I did
was
not.
him and Harry Reid. I guess he spoke to Harry Reid to help, like I guess create this program. So that right there is very interesting. I know from just watching Skinwalker Ranch, the show, they talk about how Bigelow had a government contract partnership on the ranch. So what were they up to? And they believe that that plateau was demoed because of it's not natural the way the rock formation is. So it makes you think, what the hell is going on over there?
I don't know.
Me personally, my Negro senses tingle. I'm not going onto that property.
And see, I want to go. I want to go.
I'll go, but I'm not staying.